Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Parmida. Today I want to show you the difference between a real Gucci belt versus the replica. The only reason I'm doing this, one of the reason why I'm doing this, it's because I did a video on Hermes belts and it was so popular, so I thought why not, Gucci belts are still popular and let me do a video. I just want to say I'm not doing this video just because I'm trying to advertise to you guys to go out there and buy a fake belt. The reason is the stores sell these belts very fast and they sell out very quickly. And so many people are out there, they don't really like to spend the full retail price on these belts. If you're buying them online, these ways are gonna help you to authenticate the belts and make sure the belts that you're buying and receiving are real and they're not trying to sell you the fake belts. Okay, so if you're ready, buckle up, let's do this. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, that way I know you like these type of videos and I'm gonna upload them more often because I can just do it all the time because these are the type of videos that I like a lot. And just like this video also and let me know down below in the comment section what would you like to see in my future videos. That's it, I'm not gonna ramble, let's do this. Unfortunately, I tossed the boxes and the fake belt that I have here, it was just wrapped in plastic, so it wasn't with the box. But I'm gonna insert two pictures. If you look at the fake box, it's super duper white. It's a snow white, and Gucci never use super white on their boxes. If you pay closer attention, you see the white is more of an ivory off-white, and that's one of the red flag when it comes to the fake boxes. Also, when you pay closer attention to the logo on the box, they need to be super clear, very clear stamped on the box, and you can read it fully. There is no bleeding and there will be no fading. When you open up the box, there will be the dust bags. I do have two different dust bags. The only reason I'm grabbing two different dust bags because I want to show you this is the standard Gucci dust bag. It doesn't matter if you're buying a purse, a belt, a pair of shoes, they're gonna just follow the same rule. So this dust bag actually was for the belt. This is a score dust bag, and as you can see, there is a Gucci label right over here. See how my finger goes into it? So there are 4 different stitches on the side of the logo, so you can definitely put your finger through it, and that shows that the dust bag is not fake. The fake dust bags, usually the label, it's stitched all across. Also, the silk or the satin they use, it's very soft. The stitching on the dust bag, they're very aligned, there is no mistake, and they use a very fine ribbon for their dust bag. So this is one of the dust bags, one example, and I'm gonna show you the shoe dust bag that I got here, which is almost the same. So it's just a rectangular and longer, but as you can see, the logo right over here, the little label, is the same way. So because the label, it's bigger, so I actually can fit 2 fingers right here, and you see there are 4 different stitches on the side, and it's not all around the label. There are no mistake in the stitching on top of the bag, and the ribbon, it's exactly the same as the other dust bag. I don't know if you guys are able to tell in the video, but the dust bag itself, it's not super white either. They're more of an off-white, ivory-ish, and they are super soft. When you touch them, they don't feel like cotton. They are actually very silky, satiny feeling, and they're very soft because when they put their leather goods in these type of dust bag, they don't want to get any scratches on their leather goods. I have 2 different Gucci belts that they are real. They are the thinner version, and my fake one is very like the thick ones. But I'm gonna just show you one by one and follow the steps, that way there is no confusion. Okay, so my first belt is this brown one, which is a thinner belt. If you pay a close attention to the buckle, you see it's not super gold or yellowish. It's kind of like between a yellow and kind of like brass looking vintage look. The G's are inside of each other, but there is a little gap right over here. And also they are super flat. So there is no bubble on the buckle. Everything is super smooth and round, and there is no mistake. On the back, it follows actually the same rule. It's kind of looking like a vintage look and super flat. There is no bubble, there is no mistake in the belt, and there is a little, you know, I think they call them like a prone, like a little things that it goes into the holes. The way that they're attached to the strap, it's kind of like stitched to the strap, so you cannot remove them. So they're not removable. My next real Gucci belt is this black one with pearl all over it. I just want to show you the different styles. That way you know they follow the same thing for all these styles. Again, the GGs are inside of each other, and there is a little gap right here between this G and this one. The pearls are all aligned, there is no mistake, and the way that the GGs are kind of like inside each other, I hope like I'm explaining it the right way, they are actually super flat. There is no bump, there is no discoloration, there is no mistake, and it's not a sharp yellow gold buckle. Also, see, it's the same rule for this belt too. It's not detachable from the strap. It's actually been stitched around the leather strap, and you cannot remove the buckle. Now I want to show you the fake one, and you'll see, oh my god, what a big difference, you know? It's obviously the big version, the most popular version. This one, if you pay close attention to the buckle, it's more yellow. There is a little gap right here between the G's, and the G's are inside. But if you pay a closer attention, do you see this little dent right here in between the G's? There is a little dent, which the real Gucci belt does not have this little thing right over here. And in the corners, there are some discoloration already. This belt has never been worn, so it's already has some discoloration. There are some bubbles and all that jazz. The fun part is the back of this belt. When you turn it, it's completely different than the real belts. You can remove the buckle and wear it on a different strap. They're not like Hermes belts, so you cannot remove the buckle. There is no stitching on this belt, which the black belt, like this one in this size, they are using stitching on the real belt. So right then you see this is fake because it has this bar and this thing right over here, and there, when I touch it, actually the gold thing, it's coming off. It feels like a foil, so it's super duper fake. When you buy it, pay a close attention to the details that I told you guys. And also one more thing, remember when I told you when the GGs are inside of each other, they're kind of flat? This one is not flat. When you pay close attention to it, they're kind of like elevated and bubbly. So that's like a huge red flag right there. We're gonna go to the strap and the stitching, which is very, very, very important in all leather goods for all these luxury brands. There is nothing wrong, like basically you can barely find anything wrong with stitching on the belts. You don't see the stitching being crooked or one missing. The gaps between them are all the same. They are all aligned. And also where they get connected to the buckle, they have double stitching on both sides. And they follow all the stitching, like how many stitches are on this side versus on the other side. So if, let's just assume if there are 100 stitches on this side of the leather strap, there will be 100 stitches on the other side as well. And it doesn't matter what size they are, as long as you're buying the lamb leather one, this material, like the black one, in any sizes, either the thin one or the thick one, they all have stitches around them. All the belts also have this little tongue that you can put the belt through it, and there is one little brass looking thing on the back of it. And this strap, it's kind of, you know, hold on to this tongue. That way you're not losing the tongue falling out from the belt. That's why the leather strap, it's right over here. So I'm gonna show you my brown belt. The texture is definitely different. That's why it's gonna be a little bit different than the black one, but it's almost the same concept. If you look at this one, you see there are no stitches on the side of the leather strap. It's just because the leather, it's very different. It's much thicker and harder than the lamb leather. So if they were going to do stitches on these sides, it would be double stitches mostly, because the leather, it's so hard to get into. That's why they leave it kind of like raw. That way it has more of a vintage look. But when you're looking at the back, it's almost, I mean, not almost, it's exactly the same as the black one. The way that the buckle is attached to the strap, it's with a double stitches, because this leather, it's so thick that they have to use double stitches all throughout this area. And the tongue is connected with the strap again. That way we're not losing it, and it got this little brass looking thing on the back. Now, the funny replica belt over here obviously does not have any stitching, because I feel like they were just like, you know, lazy, not want to do anything. And this one, when you're looking at it, they just color the trim of the belt. There is no stitching whatsoever, which is a big flag, because this size, the black ones, they always have stitching. And on the back, I mean, all sort of craziness. There is no tongue for the belt, which all the belts comes with the tongue. There is no leather strap to connect the tongue, because there is no tongue. And there is no stitching. You see, like the back of the belts, like when you touch it, I wish you guys could touch it. It just feels very hard and stiff. It doesn't really feel like a real leather. Like, I mean, on the camera, you won't probably notice it as much as when you see them in person. So make sure if you're buying it from someone, like a private owner, you have the chance or the option to return it if you're just, when you receive it and you're just doubting about the belt for being real. Last but not least, I'm gonna move on to the heat stamp and the serial code. So I'm gonna show you my real black belt with the pearls. Right below the buckle, it's always where the heat stamp is. You see the Gucci, the R, it's very vivid and clear above the Gucci. The fonts are small, they all fit right over here, and they are all aligned, and there is no mistake in the heat stamp. Just look at this one. You see the Gucci again, the R is right in the middle above the Gucci, and also it's super vivid. So the R, it's in a very round circle, and you can read it clearly, and the serial number underneath, and they are all aligned. There is no mistake in the heat stamp. There is no crooked numbers or letters. Okay, I mean, this belt is so crazy, the fake one. There is no freaking heat stamp or serial number on this, but I want to tell you something. I've seen, because of my job, I authenticate leather, I mean luxury goods all the time, and I've seen fake Gucci belts a lot with actually heat stamp and serial codes. I'm gonna start with the heat stamp. The heat stamp, again, it's not super aligned. There are some mistakes in the heat stamp. The R is not super vivid, or in the middle of the Gucci, I mean above the middle of the Gucci logo. The sizings are off. Sometimes they don't put the European sizing up here. Like this one is 25 and 30, and this one is, what did I say, 25? Why did I say 25? I'm not 25, you guys. 75.30, and this one, again, it's the same size. No, it's not. It's 80 and a 32. I don't know why I bought two different sizes, but hey, there is something about the serial codes. Now that people are getting smarter in order to make fake leather goods, they actually go online, search for the real leather Gucci belts, let's say even from like online consignment stores, or just Google them. They steal those serial codes and then they use them and stamp them on the belts. So don't really rely on the serial codes. I mean, they all should have serial codes, but make sure to really rely on stitching, the color of the buckle. Is there any bubbles on it? How does the leather feel? And again, how is the heat stamp look like? And actually, you should pay more attention to those kind of things versus the serial number, because we can just come up with serial number. And how can you tell if it's real or not? It's not a purse to just go and verify it on different website. It's just a leather good accessories, okay? So this is it, you guys. It's super easy to authenticate or tell the difference between or compare a real Gucci belt versus the replica. Again, just make sure if you buy it online from, let's say, Poshmark, Tradesy, or a private owner on Craigslist, anywhere like this, you have the option to return it when you receive it, and try to screenshot from the pictures if there is no option to zoom in into the pictures. And when you take this screenshot, really zoom in every detail of the belt and make sure that it's following all the things that I just show you guys. This is it. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Thank you so much, because I noticed so many new people subscribe to the channel and you guys are liking my videos. And let me know down below in the comment section, what would you like to see on next? Do you want me compare a fake Hermes bag versus a replica? I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay beautiful, kick ass, and take care. Bye.